Oh yeah, that this one, tanda. Tobadang, or Tomiji, Tobadang, Toba Mahi Sheba, Tomiji Sheba. The Ni. Tati, young, Tindijure. Tomiji Sheba, Satilla, Tamo Toba Imbala. Toba sa Tomatishida. Tomo Toba in the country Lavina. And Tanangon Sanatanda, Susuki, Shana, Nala, Teliobara, Susan Cario, Sanatanda, Susan Jalata, Sivu, not Tongres.
Nangi-chala.
Susan Tanda Jalano, Tel Sanatana.
So first, I will explain what it is that which is conceptual. So you can try now if you think about an object, whatever thing that you want to think about.
Susunangi.
Susunangi chala.
Susunangi Jala Sanatandas.
Nanga, susunanga. If you have something in your house, you can think of that, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, see what the Chagdas.
Think about it, and is it clear in your mind? Does it appear clearly in your mind?
Yes.
She's a Tito de la Tobas.
So, like that, this is what's meant by conceptual.
제가 다 담고 또봐 임발라. 아니 먼저 곰제니 곰주르고 이제 아니 칼라 또봐 많이 비 뭐라요 요르스 그래서.
So actually, from that, if we meditate for a long time, then slowly, from that we will reach the levels of non-conceptual.
제 장게 담보 또봐 임발라, 봐. 아니 디제라 또봐 많이 봐야 참는 대야 아니 다 다이게 뭐 왕시의 이시니 나니 이시레스 이내야 또봐 말레스 드니야 체레스.
So like that, we have conceptual, and slowly from that, we can reach the level of non-conceptual. So this is within the mental consciousness, but it is non-conceptual.
제가 드니 잠았다 티소콜라 샤차오만 노이나 마모요레스.
About this, there's very many explanations and detailed explanations.
Okay, 배 잠았다 다등이 제마다 제마마이 버니 왕시다 이시니 아니 또바다 도미지 셰바니 티소콜링이 로스 지시요스 안티콜라 페트와이나 따라나스.
So now I've explained in high level divisions between the conceptual, non-conceptual, sense faculties, and mental consciousness, and then valid cognition and non-valid cognition. So now's the time for questions.
If you have any question, please ask me.
I didn't understand the example and meaning of non-conceptual consciousness. Can you explain again, please?
Yeah, non-conceptual tanatesheba. And what's me hibano tasadi non-conceptual chakba. Toba maybe sheba. Me hiba. And Tagiloiban me hibatella, then the sangatayas and the keyomaris. Katu kartona timato yomaris. Tinitamatella, Toba maybe sheba, Tomiji shebas like this.
So an example of non-conceptual consciousness is eye consciousness, because it just sees, it doesn't actually think.
제가 tinitamatta tinayege. Katu kartona susebo tongi. Okay, 다양한 뜻이 제자위나. 먼저 히바트스 참마디 유라 반죽그래서 유라 육요래서.
Okay, so there's also a different way of explaining. So our consciousness engages with an object.
대 육단텔라 니요래서.
There are two ways of that consciousness to engage with an object.
카투 다이렉트 주어지다. 카투 마임바 인다이렉트 진 주어지 니요래서.
Directly and indirectly.
당연서 미기 해봐 나위 해봐 뜻데 유라 반주리 카투 주요래서.
So the consciousnesses such as eye consciousness, ear consciousness, they engage with an object directly.
그래서 다이렉트 중인데서 참아라 도매지 해봤을라 그랬어.
And the consciousness that engages with an object directly, all those consciousnesses are non-conceptual consciousnesses.
다더네 카토 집어 많이 봐 주는 주 봐서 인다이렉트 중인데 또 봤어요 그랬어.
So then that consciousness which engages with an object indirectly is what we call conceptual consciousness.
다이는 대도시 한요래서 그랬어. 대가르스는 또 봐서 인다이렉트 컨디션 주그래라 잠라 단 뒷바로라 된지에서 하지 해요랬어. 된지에서 기설왜? 힘에 다 된지에서는 다 배나 오브젝트 되는거지나 먼저 되는거지 상담다나 미다나 카토 다이렉트 통로와 다대 상담이나 먼저 또발라 코라 타고치 되는거지를 imagination 찬나치 다고 되지 난기요레스 다 되게 유니콜 주그리마도 카토 다이렉트 주마레스 나기요레스.
So there's a small problem which can arise when we think about these consciousnesses like that. And so that consciousness which engages with an object indirectly, how does it do that? It doesn't engage directly with the object. For example, like the stick there, it engages with an appearance of that object, with a similarity, with the appearance is similar, but it's not an object itself. Therefore, we say it engages with it indirectly.
배드리시오레스 저 치지어나스 아니 치텔라 미치게 카토 골 안에 말 주여나스 주여와치로와 미치게 치되게 켈라 타파치다는 타파라 주여나스 대닌가게 치딘 주샤스 네그레스 이나야 코 주탄다요 말레스.
So, for example, if we take a dog as an example and trying to catch a dog and walk a dog, one person can catch a dog by its head and kind of lead it directly, if you like, and another person can put a leash around its neck and actually again walk it in a more indirect way.
제정게 치kel라 타바탄 중에 그 타바히 주니 치치딘 주샤스 레그레스. 이는 거치든 주요레스. 지디 타바는 게면 카투 주요레스. 답베티나 이제는 또메지 시바사 되게 유들 카투 반 주요레스 라레스.
So just like in the example with the dog, where we have one person who's actually leading the dog directly by head, grasping, holding on to the dog and leading it, and another person who's leading the dog in a more indirect way by doing it on through a leash. Both are leading the dog, right? But in different ways. The same way we say about conceptual consciousness is that which sees directly the object, and this is the one that gets the dog directly. It's a bit strange, isn't it? What arises in your mind when you hear that?
다기 시원한 또미지 해봐서 참 되게 안에 단다 진주사 타반으로 달라 메티바 카투치네 요요레스 다단디 시앙 네 까노지나 먼저미 바타나 카투텔라 통계요레스 요요레스 다디 다이렉트 요요레스.
So with regards to this non-conceptual, now we forget that rope, that leash. It's now we're talking about seeing something directly. If our eye consciousness looks at the pillar, it sees that pillar directly.
나한테 마음 맞는 건 상노다네. 셈나라라 다이현아지 저랑기 샤나라라. 가르여는 대상노다나 샤노기 잘라 되게 드라나지. 된 잡우지 담을러 차니 디주니 텔레폰 샤나 잘라텔라 주기요레스.
셈나라.
말에 수세는 단도 상노다나. 수수기 나나 잘라카리나 포원로 여러다 데시보 로지 자기레스 이나야 띵은 좀 미다나 있지 차요 말레스 되게 라나로지 차네 아니 잘라텔은 주기요레스.
So now, if you think about something that, for example, you have in your cup in your house, let's say you have a cup in your house, in your mind it arises clearly, but it's not something that you actually see directly with your eye consciousness.
Can you try this?
Then, do you have questions?
Another, so if we take the dog using the collar, this is not directly engaging with the dog, so this is conceptual consciousness, right? And if we take her directly with our hands, not using the collar, so this is like non-conceptual consciousness. The example what Gisela said, is it correct as I understood? It's correct, right? Difficult, I think. You know, Gisela give example that we can use the collar.
Yes.
For the dog
Mm-hmm.
to take it, to grab it, anyways, and we can do it directly with our hands. So if we use the collar, so this is not direct, this is non-conceptual, right? Conceptual consciousness.
Conceptual consciousness, yeah.
Yeah, directly we do this non-conceptual.
Non-conceptual, yes, yeah. Hannah?
No.
Okay.
So how is non-associative compositional factors related to happiness? Connection, is there no connection?
Ce di nangola yewa sumyo ta di deminducere ce sang deminduce di jewa
데멘데시 다긴 셰 말바. 미타파 예와라. 수 셰파 데멘데시 서셰마. 당연 단도 데멘데시 코 케셰 말이나 데멘데시 코 쇼 케체모 말 단다치 랍샤나 디게. 먼저 데멘데시에서나 아니 미타파 예마체. 아니 수 많이 바체. 셰파 많이 바체. 아니 디디치라 데멘데시스라 요레스.
So I actually didn't explain about non-associated compositional factors, and actually this is not that very important also right now, but I will explain briefly. So within the division of consciousness of under impermanence, we have form, consciousness, and non-associated compositional factors. So non-associated compositional factors is that which is impermanent, that which is non-form and non-consciousness.
That's santanas. Ani demendoshi sadi mitapare su mare hipa mare the kanderes.
So now, what do you think? It's impermanent, it's non-form and non-consciousness. So what is it?
Yeah, tantenda.
Impressions arising.
Yeah, then jitaida. Demendoshi sen kareta. Ngedanalasa mitapares ra. Ani hipa mare su mare any the kanderes.
Demendoshi.
Tanda pomunde demendoshi
Okay, so
sen
I just
karela.
repeated the same question in Tibetan. If you please share your thoughts, what it could be.
Yeah, which one?
Can you repeat the question?
The question is, non-associated compositional factors, they are impermanent, they are non-form, and they are not consciousness. So
And
what is
which one?
which one?
Time, for example.
The soul.
Huh?
The soul.
The soul.
Yeah.
What is the soul? Soul.
I mean,
Okay.
in Hinduism, we say it can't be cut, it can't be burnt. It's permanent sort of.
But it's
In
impermanent.
Buddhism, the soul does not exist.
I see.
There's no such thing as a total
Yeah.
that keeps going.
I see.
Stream of consciousness exists.
It's only streams of consciousness.
Ah, okay.
Buddhism, and of course, personal beliefs might be different.
It's okay, yeah. Yeah, this he said is tongue. Yes. You know this do sajaba. Do sadi and do drink kasan sani sa do sajaba. That do is su revesena su mare. Hipa revesena hipa mare. Ina yanko joan royer mita pares. Tela ane su mare. Shiba mare, ani tel min karta pekina demendushi stares.
So yes, so time is a very good example of non-associated compositional factors. Time, saying today, yesterday, tomorrow, is not form, is not consciousness, and it's impermanent because it has causes, and that's why we call it non-associated compositional factors.
단데 마음이 양되는 시에 먼저 미세 저봐 미 치사 대서대 때문에 그래서 나그래서
Also, we say that a person or a dog is a non-associated compositional factor.
딱 가르쳐는 딱 상단다서 먼저 전주 상단다 아니 전주 수레에서
So now think, who are you?
아
Hmm?
전주 수레에
Sorry. So think, are you actually a form?
아니 전주 시바레에서
Are you consciousness?
제작에 먼저라 히바 요레스 이내야 히바 마레스 나그래서
So we say that we have consciousness, but we are not consciousness.
먼저라 수 요레스 이나 먼저 수 마레스 나그래서
We say we have a body, but we are not a body.
페나스 먼저 라파 요레스 이나 먼저 라파 마르바스
For example, we say we have a hand, but we are not a hand.
아니 먼저라 다기자는 미 히바 요르바스 이나야 먼저 미 히바 마레스
The same way we have eye consciousness, but we are not eye consciousness.
테리 자망은 미다 치다스나 안에 수 마레 히바 마레 이나야 메타파레 살라그레스
And so, like that, a human being, a dog, and so on, it is not a form, it is not consciousness, but it is impermanent.
다시 소에스 데멘디히스 카리히 소에스
Do you now understand what is non-associated compositional factor?
Yeah,
No.
I would only argue that definitely it's related to happiness.
아
If we understood who we are, I think maybe it would help you a bit happier, at least less unhappy. Or time can also heal. I don't know. I think it might be associated with happiness.
아니 히바 트라이베스
Do you have any other questions?
Yes, why we started to speak about non-associated composition factors? I just
Because it was a question.
I put the question. I'm sorry.
Next question also I have. So for mental consciousness, there is necessarily no external object, or maybe not there. Sorry,
Mhm.
very technical
Yeah,
questions, I think.
예시. 디 지역이 유인직 민직 요말에 양나 예나메나 니카디기.
인제 민진 고마레스 이네 셜로 쩌땅게 요레스 이네 야 단다 미세기 온히트스나 예게 텔라 코랑기 츠 무스 통데와다 나가 미 깔라타나 텐데 고마레스
So it's not necessarily, there's no need for an external object to be there, but if there is, like for example, a pillar, right? We see that we can engage with it. The mental consciousness doesn't necessarily need that.
다 이네 타이시바나 이게 아니 벽에 넣을지나 저 벽에 힘이 가신 거 가고 마도 미게 아니 다지 테마타지스 레그레 됐습니다. 하고서 미게 다지 테마타지스 저 미게에서 되게 저요열 오브젝트 카도 통해될 시기열에 아니 다지에서 먼저 오암보트선 시기열에 아니 테마타지에서 다 대강을 히바지 무슨 개구요래 됐음도 초디 점발라 되네 자마사지 지기열 원히난다 이히난다 자마지 지기열
그래서 순 냥도서 있잖아요.
말말다 간다 원히트서 자마지 지기열 이히텔라 이지민지 열 오브젝트 되는 조용히지 고마래
그런데 타마디?
이히라
Mhm.
되게 고마래
So the mental consciousness doesn't necessarily need an object, but if we are talking about the valid cognition, then what that needs to see an object then there have to be faculties to perceive that object, and then there has to be consciousness. So these are the conditions that need to be met for there to be valid cognition. But if we are only talking about mental consciousness, there is no need to be for there to be an object.
Okay, got it. That's
Mhm.
the difference between sense faculty and mental consciousness. The
And-
object part nothingness.
Any to you
Yes.
another
Thinking.
have question? You don't have question?
I was just. No, I don't think so. No, not right now.
Okay,
Later,
great.
yes.
Okay. 아니 주아미나 텔 가르사 간단히 요레스 주아미나
If you don't have questions, that can have 2 meanings.
야나 야부 히 요레스 야나 야부 히 말레스
Either you know it all very well, or you don't know it.
제자게 아니 되고라 제 마시나 아니 도파스 좋아서 레마레스 야나 거 야부 힌사나 아니 거 트알레 마레스
Because if you know something very well, you don't have doubts, you don't have questions. But if you also don't know something, then the doubts, the questions also are not there.
야 오케이 다 있는 게다 양주 지시했어 다더니 대지라 야 추히다 마트위시 바니사 지시레스 추
Mhm.
추히다
So I will continue. So then another division of consciousness is mistaken and non-mistaken consciousness.
미스테이크네
True,
추와
mistaken.
미스테이크네
Mm.
illusion illusions나 추와 말해
Uh-huh.
기뻐라
Right.
어야 단디샤 아니 추와다 마트위시 바니 지시레스 근데 정말라 다야 다 조지 다이시야 디나는 요리 먼저 와시다 이시사 디나는라 아니 추르스 정말라 대 많이 발라 대낭 아니 대 많이 발라 대진 사든 히다 뜻이 아니 전도 요리스
Ferna?
뭐 되는지
Dobra, die haben wir so.
대 많이 발라 대낭
Alle. Uh-huh. So, with regards to mistaken and non-mistaken consciousness, this is still relating to our the previous division of mental consciousness and sense faculties, and that mistaken one is that sees something which is not there.
다 많죠. 정말라 다 유대 문이 가려요이나 다가라 나니 요이나 따텔라 많죠. 시기어스.
And the non-mistaken is that which sees the object exactly for what it is.
제가 땅부터 해봐만 진출네. 아니 대 많이 딩문이데 오브젝트 다가라 많이 나야. 안소 대리 되네. 아니 추니 안간소 디젤란도네. 대 강에 동이 마모 되네 용거스.
So actually, this is the way in which a lot of problems and suffering arise for us, because through the mistaken consciousness we see the object in a wrong way, and from that then problems follow.
다 많죠요이나 유대 간대요이나 다가라 김낭 다가라 통비나 다 디게스로이나 안먼 강에도 동이 라기야 말레스.
And then with non-mistaken consciousness, if we see an object with that type of consciousness of how it really is, then problems don't arise.
근데 정말 땅은 좀 추워서 돼 간데서 추요리 추추 간두리서 되걸어야 돼 저자 subject 전부 자기래서.
So that actually becomes a big subject in terms of what is that mistaken consciousness and how is it.
땅이네 양은서 갈래 아니 드링 먼저 로시게 아니 전수 파노 산노 땅 아니 야 티완도 누나 산이난 계셔도 되겠어.
But we take it slowly. We first look at the high level and please think about it. If you have questions, then continue to ask them. Like this, we will come to understanding.
kesa ta tanda ta ngonsu true sede ane samsang la makashi la ngonsu dawa jima de yomarwa de ya samsang la dawa ni tongde den chagores.
So, in terms of that mistaken or illusion, generally there is just one moon, but sometimes we can see two moons.
Especially when you're drunk.
Ta tena yige ngonsu migla jeno de lene ya ya poman tongne de pajini michi tselevi na michi madame na ni ro de tongme mambo yongyeres.
Similarly, if we have some eye problem, we can see two people where in reality there's just one.
Ta tena yi zo che ngonsu sem na la ta yi hian na yi topa sa hian ba. Ane topa tena la ta pe mambo truding mambo hiyo topa che hiores.
So in our mind, that which we already spoken about, conceptual, that actually makes a lot of mistakes.
Kisa ta tela tene tene ngonsu pe kange dunge yongwa chi tene yongwa yores.
And then from that, a lot of suffering and problems come about.
Ta tesu kwa shatsawa tanto ngonsu jima legres.
And this all will come in more detail later.
Oya. Ta te je intisaso. Tuji de manchu shiba nyere tsayma. Ta tene ta zo te yisare. Ta te je la ngonsu ta semda senyung sa chi ni yores.
Yes, so this completes the mistaken and non-mistaken consciousness. And now next come mind and mental factors. Natasha,
Shama, I still don't understand about mistaken consciousness. Is it about emptiness? Related to emptiness, right? Is it related to
The mistake emptiness or say mistake consciousness means like this man ignorant, the self-grasping. Like self-grasping is the man.
Self-grasping ignorance?
Yes, self-grasping ignorance.
So we think that I exist, and we according to this, we started seeing things that and that, because we believe that I exist, right?
Mm.
I'm thinking correct?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's so many, this wrong view, like wrong view,
Mhm.
This all wrong view is tricky.
Mistaken consciousness.
Mistake consciousness.
For example, if I think that if I don't know anything about emptiness, if I don't know anything about the origination, so
That's
it's already
what's-
wrong view, right?
대단히 말해. 미히빠 쌈질라 세계가 말했어. 봐. 되게 opposite 증이질 세계였어. 콘텐츠 테러 동반이 마히바 슬레로 동반이 미히바 쌈나 세계가 말해. 근데 동반이 이게 도쇼디 진디가 저라 진세계서 봐. 오 디디질라다 디세계리.
So it isn't just about not knowing emptiness. It is also about the opposite of it, not perceiving something as empty and grasping at that.
Okay, 다들 제일 okay. I
So
will.
if you think, like I'm Indian, I grew up Hindu. So Hindu people think that there is soul, which is permanent, and like what she explained very nicely actually. So that's kind of like, would that be mistaken consciousness, or would that be non-valid cognition, or both?
Yeah, this soul, this Buddha said selflessness, okay? Selflessness, because we searching ourselves is eventually then lost the ourself cannot find the ourself. It is reality of ourself. There's cannot the find. This soul means Buddhist said this opposite. Selflessness, and then the soul, this opposite, the selflessness. Okay.
But self-grasping.
Yeah, the self-grasping means our consciousness. There's always say I. This self-grasping, but there's not researching ourself, not reality. This like that.
So mistaken.
Some mistake.
I
This
like to
Buddhist
believe in the eternal soul.
yeah, Buddhist perspective. This wrong view.
Just like you like to sit
Yes.
every time I say
So it's like person.
Just here some different. Yes. Okay. Right.
Questions?
Oh, okay.
Do you have an analogy that more relates to the suffering of the mind instead of more of a conceptual bias? Because I think that's what's sparking the confusion, because the analogy you pointed to is a clear indicator of an illusion, like two moons versus one, but do you have an analogy that as it more relates to the human mind and how we might be illusory towards a certain situation that we're causing suffering?
就可能的到你懂了，样个米你懂了的这个人那样的也是可能的可能现在去可能也不przecież na netang ani nic na netang di truna kande di yori.
Yes, good question. Okay. Your tadi chitang ngon da yin thona te kon churi ma to ngatsu michela joa ta miseke maristik.
Yeah, good question. So generally the analogy of 2 moons, it doesn't really impact, if we see 2 moons, it doesn't impact our human life that much, right?
Yinya ngatsu ki sem na la tindeke ane te mayin pala tere samne ngatsu nantu pe ma so yores
Depth.
te mayin pala yenda chi trude.
However, with regards to our mind, if we think of something which is and it really isn't in reality, then we experience our problems.
Ta pena ngatsu ta chunchun chiwe na ngatsu sasha chil rogu yana sasha tege langa te norne tambo langa tin rosa sasha ten rosa tere ten ngatsu sem no ten rosa tere ten ane rogu yores.
So, for example, if there's a small child, maybe in our childhood, we made a mistake like that. We wanted to get somewhere to a place, and we thought of a path to go there. We took a wrong path to get somewhere. But actually, first in our mind, we were convinced that the path is correct.
Ineya tate langa tere ten ane chodi zambala te langa te norne.
So actually, then we think that a path to somewhere is correct, and we follow the path. And after a long walk, we arrive at the place, and we realize, actually, at the end, we've arrived at the wrong place. We make many mistakes like that. So then we realized that, it's actually not like that, that we made a mistake, right? And however, through that, problems still came about. Similarly, if we engage in business activities, if there's a business person thinking, oh, this is how I should conduct business, but actually in the end it turns out it isn't, then many instances like that are there.
다다나 jingonzo chapsi chero politics tisoki samo tandagi yanko tambo ko samo chi tani te shewe yintene kora chochini ngajano chege de jene ani tamatala non chene pe mi mamboda mambola nyopta zoa da kange shewe yunge de yungdos.
And also in politics these days, we can see that how people are conducting politics, that this is done through emotions such as pride and ego, and through that many mistakes are done, and sadly many people suffer.
또 대소된 건좀 미치들라 대화 유니게 남주 첨부들이 상났다나 용결했어.
So like that in our human life, there's actually many instances like that, yeah, which are related with mistakes like this.
따뜻한 인건 좀 미치들라 스스로랑게 상났다나 민디니 아니 강에도 동에 빼먹어서 열었어.
Yeah, catching with
좀 미치들라 스스로 상났다나 민디니 만디니 아니 강에 동에 뭐 라그레스.
So actually, if in our human life, if we have a lot of mistaken way of thinking, then we will get many problems through that.
오케이, 따뜻히 샤차워디 다들만서 산이나니 레기레스.
This actually will come in detail tomorrow and the day after.
가인스나 단당에 먼저 subject, main subject, legeres.
Because the main subject will come also with us.
좋아요. 드리차서는 되는 희야야 말아.
If I finish all of this today, then what will I talk about tomorrow?
Yeah, okay.
Tomorrow was detailed presentation of each of these, right?
Yeah, this Mount later. Yes. 딱 가서는 먼저 단다 디 프로그램 디 아니 가서 inner searching the inner peace라. 제가 난기 대체 초 사용으로. 난기 대체 간이 초 난기 대체 매화데 가르쳐 보여다 대속거든 가서 이게 샤차오 돈이 아니 제 넘버 송게 되고는 장 아니 먼저 검자 드리거니 아니 펜도 영화 지서 그래서
So yes, so the topic of this retreat is to search, looking for happiness from within. So I will be explaining how we engage in those kind of thinking, how we go about this, and that is my job. And if you can please listen, think about it, meditate, then it will become beneficial.
제자디 배 개체무 효징하면서 다리 가르사 대 프로그램 다리 줘야 돼. 배 개체무 차디오레스.
This program that we have is extremely important.
제자 가르사는 만수 미세티 날제비나 야 밴드와 첨부요레스.
It's really deeply connected with our human life, with this life we have.
나 남비 요니 야제비나니 세티 지보마에 봐. 아니 저 심마 펜 데리케시 얘기요레스.
And of course, in the context of Buddhism, it's not only about this life, but it's also about the next life and all the lives after that.
제자다 나중에 해외에는 세티사 퉁퉁지만 말했어. 아니 때 저가만 배 하사야 뭐 장gat 세티하면 되는 저알렌 사리스 라이레스. 근데 저 심마야 다라 용거레스.
So in the Buddhist explanation, this life that we have now is extremely short. We have actually had limitless past lives, and in the same way, future lives will also come.
제자 텐디 참말라 세티 집어마야 봐. 저와 심마 뜻을 어느 만서 간데시 야보용 두보용 사야데 만서 세트가랑 토니 다기게 다이면서 히바티 토니 사모타나기 토니 아니 마오파나 야보용 사야데 조토요레스 라기오레스.
And therefore, it is really not only about this life, but it is about finding happiness and well-being in all the future lives as well. And we do that by thinking, studying what consciousness is, and then this will help us.
단 만수 단다 체테나 빼 퉁퉁 very short 지만 요마스 then 마음 빠사데 저 심심사 빼 림보지로 왔어.
So actually, this human life is very short, and in comparison, the lives that we will have in the future, those are extremely long.
제가 빼는 건서 아니 미치티 집어이미냐 아니 로춘주 임백가서라 로 첨부리 가서 야보용이 체들라 전에 로선 땅 깔리 때문에 아니 롭탄로 벤데 제 천주 될 세로와 디 체들라 다디 몸쇼 제고도 왔어.
So actually, in this short life that we have, we make a lot of preparations, right? When we are small, we go to school and we have a lot of expenses to go through our education and so on. All of that to benefit us in the future in this one short life.
진짜 드디어 백깔리제 로소다 tradi지야데 먼저기 밑에 타마텔라 야부지와 딘디 기본으로 지산다니 지도 왔어.
So the way we actually think is for us to, in this short life, to, at the end of it, to be happy, right? We go through all the problems, all the expenses associated with it, all the effort, for at the end, for this life to come out good.
제가 딱 딘디자마이 봐. 먼저 계시 저 심하지 여비나. 아니 저 심할 산었던 거야. 백마스 개참 차기로 왔어.
But it's not only that. If we were to think that there is a future next life, then thinking about that life becomes very important.
제가 먼저 기포도 되어서 최대 기포라 기포도 되어요는 되게요 말에 되게 지마트서라야 기포도 되어 구로 왔어.
So we need happiness not only for this life, but we also need it for the next life, for the future.
딘디자마 아니 저 심하시면서 기포도 되어 오요나 대 단단히 먼저 다리 제거 기침으로 왔어.
So it's important, it becomes important for us to actually prepare for the next life so that life can be happy.
세상 딘디자마 먼저 단디 게 다시하고 지구주로 딘디텔라야 뜻을 고랑이 되시쇼 너무 저기 장 먼저 검자 딘디 제비나 아니야 제 간사지야 힌트야다 펜도 유리라 요레스.
So therefore I have hope that what I'm teaching here about consciousness and so on, that through your listening, through your studying, meditation and contemplation, that it will benefit you and it will cause that happiness to rise.
딘디제 말이었다.
Is it like that or no?
아니 디스콜 투아이베스.
Do you have any further questions about these topics?
So, like, I have many problems, Krishna. Some of my problems I have shared with you. So, now if I have problem, should I think, okay, maybe, or it is my mistaken consciousness or my conceptual problems, or you say non-valid consciousness, cognition, which causes problem. So if I'm facing problem, like say house problem, then should I think, there's non-valid consciousness involved here or mistaken consciousness involved? Like to think is kind of like backward, going backward. Okay, I have a problem. That means that there is non-valid consciousness. Makes sense.
지당게 논추지 쇼이나 대양은 로정치래라고 그래서 로정차기요래서 논추되게 가르서는 양은 쓰는 논추 효소 다때 뺏사서네 되게 센터에게는 대회나 펜도 용용하래서 대라 아닌 건 살로칼 땅에서나 논추지 쇼이나 논추 되게 먼저 라비아지 되게 요래서 그래도 아니 대 딘디 제비나 딘디 야보 용음해 봤지. 먼저 지 힘으로 와. 먼저 냠뇨 experience 라기어와. 딘디 정말 지당게 논주 먼저 빼만 봐 겨울에. 좀 맞을 논주 효세래. 논주 효기 가서라 당만 논주 효세는 샤브지 샘 좋아하다 셈이 흉바다 들이치죠 말이지. 다 너희 될 때네 수수 마음반에 야르다기 다기자기 거기 휴대기 그랬어요.
So this we will also study as to how to approach mistakes, because we all make very many mistakes in this life that we have, and what is not helpful is after making a mistake is to go into the mindset of worrying, being discouraged, sad, and so on. What we should do instead is actually take the mistake as an opportunity for future, for us to improve, to get better. The mistake almost becomes like advice or training for us. Otherwise, if we don't do that, we just fall down into those negative states.
제자들이 정말 먼저 강의들이 TV 값을라 또 먼저 사무 단단히 행복이 그래서 강의 TV 값을다. 제가 먼저 추고 로비온치 디나라라 남비 생각을 봐서 디고라 로비온치 아니 수수 검제 냠뇽사디 가리체도 줘요세나 세나를 강의도 동의 TV 값을라 디 값을라 동네 체네 아니 디 값을 사무 단단히 양기 그래서.
So, why is it that we actually engage in Dharma study and in the study of Buddhist psychology? It is for us to exactly for those moments when we experience problems, so we know how to think and we know how to approach those situations.
제가 먼저 집보다 대보 용사해야 돼. 참아 먼저 난기 상로 동다 기간에 연결해서. 나니 상로 동다 집보다 대보 강에도 동에서 용화처럼 난기 상로 동다 기토는 연결해서.
So actually, whether we are happy, whether we have those positive states, it all just only depends on our inner state, on our thinking.
이내야 계속 갔다도 샤차오데 먼저 이말레 이랬어. 단다 드린 참아 잘 말했어.
I won't be able to finish all of this today. It will come in detail in the next days.
야, 너네 전체 대화 미나 하는 건서 드린 대 참샤. 아니 now stibri, okay? Okay. This I keep it there as hot water, as hot milk, and also tea. And please enjoy. Take rest and outside. Okay?
Half an hour, no?
Half hour. And next day we also again meditation.